quarterback.
Oh, there's a goal!
Over the past few months, armchair scientists from across America have been studying a growing epidemic among sports fans. It's spread reaching unprecedented levels amongst local communities. Buyer's remorse. This horrifying blight causes people to feel dissatisfaction in their tickets, feelings of stress, and a siphoned bank account. My friends, you can vaccinate yourselves against this plague with the antidote that is SeatGeek. As an app that helps to aggregate all tickets on the resale market, it will effectively shield you from this disease. It sorts all seats available from red to green on a 1 to 100 scale. You can get a view from where you'll be sitting and get scanned into the game on the app. A true fighter against this remorse. As a leg up in this fight, use the code word TREE in the link below and save $20 off your first purchase. Would you doubt the word of esteemed armchair scientists? I thought so. Use SeatGeek to help defeat this unwanted menace when buying tickets. Shitposting United proudly presents to you, the viewer, A Week in the Life of Des Bryant. The cancer known as Dez will no longer be a free agent. His services have been acquired by a Super Bowl contender in the New Orleans Saints in a prove-it deal so he can flip it to a mega deal in the offseason. The opportunities for him are endless in this offense. If he keeps his head down, he can go on a tear.
Unit lost.
There's karma and then there's utter cruelty, football gods. And it might be a career ender? At least give the guy a fucking chance, holy shit! What a week for the Saints, huh? Their reinforcements at wideout won't be arriving to Cincinnati as New Orleans. Okay, so Dez's injury didn't mean anything. My friends, this wasn't a statement, it was a fucking clinic on how to humiliate a team straight into the witness protection program. The optimism that the Bungles were feeling during week 5, yep, that's long gone now. It's the same old song and dance for them, but now with the added bonus of having the football world laugh in unison as you jump off the Escalooser en masse. No third down conversions, Bungles. Really? I'd have thought Dave Shula was coaching this team on how they got raw dogged on their soil. Stop marching, Saints. They've already entered necrosis. They're at the point of moving chairs on the Hindenburg as it bursts into flame. Enough, boys! So, Arizona, your season has been a disaster and you're staring in the face of a long, arduous rebuild. At least there is a chance to upset your next opponent, the Chiefs. Forget everything optimistic that you had going into this game, you're going to get straight up mauled. All you can hope for is that you can hang on for as long as possible before the air pressure chucks you into outer space. Welcome to the black hole. There is no escape for your talent, there is no light to comfort you. There is only darkness, and silence, and slow, agonizing death. There may be some mints floating around if you can find them. You can call it a moral victory or something. Oh my, what an exhilarating matchup this is going to be. A former USC phenom up against a travesty of a team. Did I mention Sam Darnold's not playing? Yep, Peter Meme is so awful that he's been replaced by former Trojan Matt Barkley, who is somehow still alive. Oh my god, I figured it out. It's a Phantom Tank Bull! It was a bit questionable at first, but these moves have them pivoting towards that sweet, sweet reward of that top draft pick. Buffalo has been fucking awful, but they, like San Francisco before them, didn't understand the rules of the game. They are fracking them like a Pagula gas well, draining them of all their beautiful resources as Jets fans re-experience the equivalent of the fake spike. Buffalo, you can come out of hiding again. Fuck it, let's bring out both meters. Who cares about all the chiropractor bills? These tables aren't going to break themselves. This isn't any standard butt fumbling from the Jets. This is a goddamn master's thesis of butt fumbling. Such epic failure. Against that offense, against that quarterback? How the fuck does Todd Bowles still have this job? He can go Rooney roll his way straight to the back of the Boogermobile. Fucking useless. Buccaneers, you remember that little chat we had about pissing away golden opportunities for wins? Oh yeah, that's right, you were too busy giving away everything as a self-serving token of charity. The Redskins were easy pickings. They looked incredibly unimpressive. But not for these bad news bears. Just like their baseball counterparts, it was nothing but a comedy of errors. Fitceptions for hours at a time, coughing fits with the ball, any sort of clutch breaking down before you can get out of the lot, the typical sort. This is a football team ready to play? They look lost as hell. Someone give Dirk Cotter a map straight to the land of you're fucking fired. Maybe they can find out that they're done by the end of the year. At least that turnover bakery is thriving. You think it couldn't get worse for you, Detroit, did ya? Aw, look at how they think they had a chance at 10-6 this year. That's cute. Here comes the airplane known as Khalil Mack to smash your teeth in and put you back into the infirmary. Soldier Field was a slaughtering ground. A slaughtering of any hope that the Lions may have had for this season. Unless they went out, Detroit is done. Even then, it may not be enough. Don't worry though, guys. Even though you got routed by Chicago, at least you have the Pistons. The Red Wings. The Tigers. Your whole city is fucked. Where's RoboCop when you need him? Atlanta, allow me to let you soak in your recent success. I figured you were done, but look at you, winning off 3 straight and giving yourselves a fighting chance. Hell, you're even facing a Cleveland team deep in another year of sadness. You can do it, Falcons. Grab the low-hanging fruit. Beat them of all they're worth. Laugh in their faces as they rob you of your dignity on their soil. Strive for failure, Atlanta. Reinforce your reputation as a choker. Witness Baker Mayfield dominate your decimated defense. Your offense sit around as they can do nothing. Your season choked away in another impressive failure. It's so fitting for this franchise. Whatever foolish hopes you had left are in jeopardy. What a fucking waste. The Master against the young Grasshopper in a rematch of last year's AFC Divisional Round game. Why should I care? The Patriots are going to dominate this one. Gronk is out, you say? Well, let me just unzip these pants and ready the lotion. I may end up enjoying this one. Oh my, a sheer undressing of New England in every aspect of football. Tom Brady getting whacked mop style in the pocket. The Titans are skinning them alive to the sound of goodbye horses. If they don't put the lotion on their skin, they get the hose again. They didn't put it back in the basket, did they? Oh no, they didn't. This sort of decimation is candy to the eyes of every football fan. I don't know how this weekend could get even better. Now, this is the delicious karma that we need more of in life. In the words of Mike Zimmer, fuck that gutless motherfucker. As a public broadcasting outfit, it comes with great misfortune that Jacksonville Abbey lacks the funding needed to produce this week's show. We're going to have to make do with the Z-rate production that is Sportsball. In this affair, it's paramount that both teams win to keep their slim playoff hopes alive. Andrew Luck, ironically, had some luck today as he rode his trusty steed, Eric Ebron? He managed to catch more than a colt today. Maybe this could be a turning of the tide for Indy. The hashtag SaxonvilleD proved to us all that they didn't learn the true lesson from Scarface. Don't get high off your own supply. They got beaten. And badly. Even then, the Jaguars still have a chance. Blake Bortles hasn't sucked. He's pushing the ball with authority. They can win this.
Quick snap, Bortles from the gun, over the middle, delivers. And then the football comes loose.
So Bortles' fumbling problem just transferred over to someone else today. Makes sense. Duval burns deep into the night as they fall to dead last in the AFC South. The transition back to forgotten lolcow is happening faster and faster by the day. Are we sure this isn't 2016? The shit show that is the Raiders season lingers on with great sloth. As the year progresses, I'm more surprised at how they managed to win a game. They are fucking terrible. Wasn't this team supposed to be competitive? Isn't John Gruden supposed to be this savior and Che Guevara for the organization? Looks like he left whatever talent he had back in 2003. Maybe we can find the remnants of Lincoln Park and Paris Hilton there too. We're at the point where the fans, the city, even the players are in a state of outright apathy. The Diamond Dogs just had to maintain a pulse and they would have won this game. It's outright pathetic how bad you have to be to throw the ball away in a fucking 4th and 5. At least try! Holy shit! Looks like Mark Davis over the past year. Once again, I'm going to ask, am I supposed to be impressed with the Packers with this victory? Oh boy, you beat 500 the football team. Let me plan the ticker tape parade and marching band to celebrate your triumph at Lambeau. Next, you'll tell me that Aaron Rodgers is looking off again. He is? I'm more shocked that Aaron Jones was able to handle the football after last week's fumble. He might have gained their trust back after this one. Maybe next time you can beat a legitimate opponent instead of some retread. That'd be great, Green Bay. I'm still waiting. Seattle at least has that chance. I still don't know what to think of them. They still have talent on the offensive side of the ball, especially with Russell Wilson still running the show, well, thanks to his skill and his substandard line. At the same time, I can't help but think they don't have enough in their arsenal to run with the big boys. Another case in point, just like the last time these two teams met, is with the Rams. The Seahawks can run with them for a while, yes. They can make their defense look foolish with pretty plays and LA's self-inflicted wounds, but at the end of the day, the cream of the crop will come out on top against them. They don't have that oomph they used to have. You 12s know damn well what I'm talking about. Hate to say it, but this isn't the recipe for playoffs. This is the formula for 9-7 at best. Just ask the Lions how that limbo is treating them. Rams, the sudden joke of a division you're in is all but yours for the taking. A collapse would be great for Sportsball, but no, not with the Cardinals and Niners on the ledger. This game was probably one of the worst excuses for football I've seen in a while. Two teams who don't deserve to be in such a spotlight, giving the sports world an outcome that makes no one happy. Let's look at the highlights. Philadelphia loses another game they should have won on paper. Cowboys are still stuck with Jason Garrett as their head coach. Jim Schwartz is now public enemy number 1 in Philly. The Raiders lose precious draft position with their Dallas pick. The football football world was stuck watching America's team on primetime yet again. Washington gets more false hope before a January anvil falls on them. The Eagles are all but returning to the exercise in agony, and Chris Collinsworth got to all but fillet the Cowboys in the broadcast. Everyone loses. Literally everyone. Shit, I thought the Eagles winning the Super Bowl was the worst thing to happen to us. It's the worst thing to happen to them. They've lost their hunger. They've grown cocky and complacent with celebrity. They've become every stereotype we hate. I'd laugh at Eagles fans for shitting on them after a Super Bowl victory, but this team fucking deserves it for this shit. How's the boiling water treating you, Peterson? Still no pressure? We should at least get some sort of participation trophy for having to see this mess. Dance now, you fucking birds. It's a match that's truly worthy of the Monday Night Football broadcast. Tank Bowl! There's nothing quite like two teams that fancy themselves as playoff contenders at the start of the year only to be so terrible that they're engaged in another battle for Bosa. This game was as uninspiring as these two teams are to the untrained eye. They both have the spirit of the tank. I know it's admirable, but California has dealt with enough shit over the past week. Sports are supposed to be an escape, not an additional on-field tragedy. Oh, fun times. The 49ers and Nick Mullen somehow managed to do something and have the lead with less than a minute left. This is when Eli Manning, with the worst timing imaginable, derps his way to another victory. Not content with his backup getting arrested a few weeks ago, he gives New York a reason to age a decade. Once again, a team fails to understand the rules of Tank Bowl. The Giants needed shit Eli and they got his passable mode. Oh boy, he led a drive against the fucking 49ers. Let's crown him a Hall of Famer despite the fact that he got carried by OBJ and Saquon. Speaking of Odell Beckham, he's making a bold prediction for the G-Men. They're going to go 9-7! And now, most esteemed gentlemen, the lol cow of the week. Cody Parkey, the buttery spread that seems to lather that margarine goodness onto his kicking boot. A truly accurate leg, if we mean the uprights. Can we make it 2 shanks? Yes, sir! How about 3? Do I hear 3? Yes! In fact, do we go bold? Is there a 4th? You betcha! What an impeccable performance in another year of what the fuck is a kicker. Too bad it meant nothing and the Bears still won. Good enough for a couple of guffaws, that's what. And now, a moment of silence for all those we've lost over the past week.
Unit lost. Unit lost. Unit lost. Unit lost. Unit lost. Unit lost. Unit lost.
The football gods show no mercy. Amen.
Mahomes, throwing, end zone, touchdown, Tyreek Hill.